Well, hi there. I guess we're going to get started with class this way. Really wasn't sure of the best method or way to go about this. Been thinking about a lot over the weekend, and I think that the method that you're going to see here is probably going to work best for the time being. But we've got a lot of options available to us. I think we've had a really good year thus far. And we're actually in a really good spot in that we're kind of wrapping things up here. And we've talked about that a little bit, and then we'll start some new content that I know some of you are really excited about. In the meantime, we're going to get started today. We're going to get started our best with exercise 10-9. So, we were working on 10-8, and I started thinking about picking up where we left off there. And I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. I kind of want to just start from scratch and start with a brand new exercise. And I thought this would be a good thing to do. So regardless of the amount of work that we have completed on exercise 10-8, let's go ahead and put that behind us. 10-9 is actually very similar. So I figured what my plan is to go ahead and kind of work through this nice and slowly and not overwhelm you with this different method of teaching and instructing, and see if we can kind of work together. So with all that being said, you're seeing on my screen exercise 10-9. There's a copy of this available for you on the classroom page, this exact worksheet that I'm looking at, as well as a copy of the worksheet that you're going to need, the 6-column worksheet, this right here. So those two worksheets are available to you. And we'll go ahead and work through 10-9 a little bit today in class. So you're going to see that the general ledger for Job Connect. All right, so the company is called Job Connect, and it's owned by Richard Tang. And it shows all of his transactions through the month of December. All right, so let's take a quick look at that right there. So here's his general ledger, our assets, our liabilities, our owner's equity, our expenses, our revenues. And so the first thing we're going to do is prepare the 6-column worksheet. I think you guys are all pretty comfortable doing that. And that's actually going to be your first assignment. And I'm going to work through that with you a little bit today to kind of get you started. And then I'm going to have it available to you to look at when I'm done. So I'm going to kind of pause the video here in a moment, or I'll make a second video of the completion, but I am going to get started with you going through that. So yeah, so today, first day, Tuesday, we're going to go ahead and complete the 6-column worksheet. That's going to be our assignment. And I'm going to ask for you to upload that to me so I can look at that and make sure that everybody has received the same amount of information and that everybody is correct. My thoughts then would be on Thursday to prepare the financial statements. We'll do the income statement together, the statement of changes in owner's equity, and the balance sheet. And then we'll be back into next week, and then we'll work on the closing entries together and the closing of the general ledger accounts, and finally we'll post the trial balance. When we get to that point in time, we'll look at doing another exercise to kind of wrap up all of this sometime probably the middle of next week. And again, going through, turning in every single assignment each time, making sure that you're correct. I won't let you go on. I won't give you the access to the files unless you complete the work. And I'm not going to overwhelm you. I'm not going to throw a whole bunch of work at you. But I've mentioned in my other classes, we have to be diligent during this time. I have a job, and my job is to educate you. And my job hasn't really changed other than you're not sitting in my classroom right now, and your job hasn't changed, and that at the end of the day we still have to complete the project. So let's do our absolute best, and you know where to find me if you have any questions. Okay, so let's get started with exercise 10-9. I'm actually going to slide this over to my right. You're not going to see it. You can go ahead and use it or keep it open if you want. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Excel document. And now I'm looking at the Excel 6-column worksheet. And then on my right screen, again, you can't see that, I have the general ledger. So I'm going to start by writing the account cash in bank. And again, that's account 101, and that's a debit for $6,000. And again, I didn't have to put the dollar sign in. You might remember that. I've tried to make that handy for you in that way. So Next account is going to be accounts receivable. And again, we're going to have some longer accounts. So this is CompuWrite Systems. And so I abbreviated. And we know that the accounts receivable accounts are 100 accounts. That's 105 if you're looking at your worksheet. And that was for 1,000. Okay, I could sit there and do all of these one at a time. I'm not going to do that. That's your job. I'll be back to show you what I have in just a moment.